You cannot just sit back and be left behind.
You're right.
I mean, and even in cases where that may not necessarily be your thing, you just don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you may like to do things one way, but are you going to survive just doing things that one way that you like when the rest of the world is moving ahead?
Yep.
Sometimes, I mean, you have to just accept that this is what it is and do the necessary.
Absolutely. I mean, if we think about it, let's think about how schools were taught when you were going to school. I imagine the way you teach today isn't the way that you were taught back however many years ago. Right. And if you tried to teach that way, I'm sure there are some teachers that still do because, well, this is what I was taught, and so I'm not going to deviate. And I would imagine those teachers are far less effective than the teacher that's always looking for the newest strategy.
Of course, definitely. I find myself in that situation a lot where some teachers tell me, oh, they will never do that. You know, because before, I mean, when I was attending primary school, it was the famous talk and chalk. That's what it was. The teacher would stand in front. And there was indeed that mentality where you were coming in not really knowing anything, and the teacher had all the knowledge, and the teacher was always right, and the teacher was passing on that knowledge, and you had to listen to the teacher and do it exactly how the teacher wants it done, you know. But then now it's different. Now we the teachers, we actually ask the students what they know about whatever it is that we're going to do.
Yep.
Even before we give them our information,
Yep.
you know what it is that we want to help them with. We find out what they know.
Yep.
We use them
Yep.
to speak to the children and, you know, to be part of the class.
Yep.
The teaching aids that we use, we make an effort to find out what the children like, because it's no longer about us. When I was attending school, it was definitely about the teachers.
Yep.
Yeah, we were coming in as if, you know, empty vessels,
Exactly.
you know,
Yep.
coming in to be filled.
Yep.
You cannot come in with that mentality anymore. I stand in front of the class and I tell the children, okay, we're having a lesson on animals.
Yep.
Truth be told, some of the children know more about animals than I do, especially a certain type of animal. When they start talking about certain dinosaurs and the names and this and that and other.
Well, that's it. It's amazing what these phones do for kids. Like when we were kids, you know, maybe we had a book on dinosaurs we could learn some from. But today, if they like dinosaurs, they can go find 100 YouTube videos and get all of this deep knowledge that you wouldn't even expect them to have.
And they were born just yesterday. I'm much older than them, right? But they know so much more about it. What I have to do is sit back and welcome them to the front, you know, and they just take over. They lead the class, they do their thing, and it's, you know, it's a two-way. It's no longer about you being that figure at the front. You cannot do that the way the teachers were doing it so many years ago. You cannot come and do that.
Well, that's it. And it's less effective, right? We were just talking about how to prepare children for the world, we have to get them ready to solve problems. We have to empower them. You're no longer going to go work in a job where your boss tells you what to do and you, as an empty vessel, go do it. You're now in a world where your boss gives you a goal or an objective, and you have to figure out how to meet that objective. And so in the classroom, we have to empower them. We have to let them come up. We have to let them add their knowledge because they're going to end up in working environments where that's what's going to be expected from them.